Dr. Cheryl, how can I make myself want more sex in my marriage? Like, how can I make myself want sex? Why don't I want sex? Why is our marriage sexless? Why does he or she want more sex than me? Why does he or she not want the amount of sex I want? And so on. This would be one of the major love and sex questions. I'm Dr. Cheryl Fraser. Welcome to this video Love Bite, where we're now on the 4th of 5 in this series of the top love and sex questions that couples and sex therapists like myself hear all the time. And I'm here to give you a little bit of information, hopefully right off the top, to reassure you. First of all, my 3 favorite words to say to any couple. Are you ready? You are normal. You are normal if one or both of you has way less what we call spontaneous sexual desire than you used to have earlier in your marriage. This is just the truth of time. In the beginning, we were falling madly in love. We had all sorts of interest and novelty and excitement, and we wanted to make love all the time, and we were basically kind of super horny all the time. That's the nature of early relationship. And then time goes on, and what was new and exciting becomes, if you're not careful, old and boring. So when you sent me all your questions on, why don't I want to have sex as much, or why do I want it more than him or her, or why can't him or her want it more? There's so much pain in there. But back to my 3 favorite words, my loves. You are normal. That's not necessarily great news, but I hope it's reassuring news. You were normal if like the 30 to 40% of longer term couples who've been together more than a couple of years, you've lost what is called in the biz spontaneous desire. Spontaneous desire. Whoa, what the heck is spontaneous desire, Cheryl? Spontaneous desire is, it's really easy to feel turned on and you want to make love to your sweetheart. It's what the majority of us, not everybody, but the vast majority of us felt early in our relationship. We were turned on. We were attracted to each other. You might have been busy and dashing out the door, but you grabbed each other for a nice kiss and hug goodbye, have a nice day at work early in the first few months or first year, and you got turned on just by kissing goodbye. And maybe you grabbed a super quick quickie. That's what in the biz we call spontaneous desire. It's in the word. Spontaneous. It happens seemingly out of nowhere, quickly and easily. That's the desire you're missing. I miss it too, because like you, I'm in a longer term relationship and we had tons of spontaneous desire in the beginning. There's biological, psychological, and relationship reasons why that's the case. As time goes on, we get busy, we get swept up in marriage incorporated, the kids, the dog, the taxes, the mortgage, and we get really busy planning our camping trips and doing all the minutia of our wonderful life together. But where's the romance? Where's the sexual spark? Where's the fun? I want to want more sex in my marriage. I want them to want more sex. I wish I wanted more sex. Now I'm going to give you the kind of good, bad news. The good news, again, is that you're normal. The kind of bad news is that almost all of us struggle with a lack of spontaneous sexual arousal or desire or turn on in our long-term relationship. The good, bad news, mostly good, is that if you're willing to cultivate a second type of desire, which is called responsive desire, you can move your relationship towards more sex more often and better quality sex, but you can't rely on spontaneous desire anymore. You can't rely on, I kiss you, our tongues touch accidentally, and I'm super turned on and I want to make love with you. Instead, you need to start planning for your sexual life. Yes, you need to schedule sex. I suggest at least once a week. You pick a day and a time that's going to work for the two of you, and you say, no matter what's going on, we're going to, have a shower, have a massage, and have an erotic encounter, make love that night. If you're currently in a sexless relationship, you might downscale it and say, we're not going to make love that night, but we're going to cuddle naked, we're going to kiss, we're going to start warming up that part of our relationship. The take-home message is, it is a gigantic pain point for couples. A lot of couples who are really good in many other ways, great friends, great parents, super supportive of each other's hopes and dreams, go on adventures, travel together, really happy, but they have a non-existent or very pale sexual life. You need to invest in responsive desire. That means creating circumstances within which desire can be turned on, including caressing your partner's body when they're tired and stressed in a way that feels comforting, that feels pleasant, and it starts to feel erotic, and gradually their engine warms up, they're turned on, they're ready to maybe engage in an erotic or sexual encounter. This is a short video on a very complex, very important, and very painful for a lot of us topic. So don't worry, there'll be more teachings on this to come. And for those of you who are like, I want some of that, I want to learn how to renovate our sexual life. I want to learn what we're missing and what the science is and what the couples therapy techniques are and what we can do to improve things. Then stay tuned for this fall. Some of you know, until now, twice a year, I offered my Immersion 10-week couples program. I teach you live every week. You get an entire curriculum. You get exercises. It's a phenomenal program. It's my signature work. I'm very proud of it. In the last 2 years, we offered it in spring and fall. This year in 2022, I'm only offering it once this year. We'll be kicking off this fall in late September. So stay tuned. In a couple of months, you'll hear about how you can join that program or learn all about it if you like. We spend 4 of the 10 weeks actually, on your sexuality, on a deep dive into the topics I'm touching on today, but I wanted to get some information out there right now. You are normal. You are normal if you have sexual desire disconnect. You are normal if you have little or no sex, and you're normal if it's creating pain for you. But it is a solvable problem. Many steps need to be taken bit by bit: communication, love, forgiveness, beginning again. But you can bring the mojo back, one kiss, one scheduled sex date at a time. Bye for now.